As I was making my way down Van Dam Street with 25 kilograms of cocaine in the trunk of my vehicle, I was heading to Manhattan to go see a client by Central Park. And as I was making my way down the street, just above my left here, there was cops coming, and I knew it was for me. I was out of shape, but I knew I had to get away. So my brother and I jumped out the car, and we started running towards LaGuardia Community College. And there, right there, I was apprehended. We usually have security measures in place where if a car is following us, we have always somebody behind our vehicle to either crash into that car so we can get away with money or drugs or guns. And so in this situation, we had somebody behind us, but the whole plan went south. We eventually got arrested, and the people that were behind me, they also got arrested as well. I was in prison again, and now facing life. I picked up the newspaper the very next day, and it read, $3.8 million of cocaine seized. My brother and I were facing life in prison. I remember my attorney saying, there's no bail. And so they sent me off to Rikers Island, waiting for the outcome of my case. And we negotiated with the prosecutors, and I got 3 to 9 years of incarceration. And my brother got 4 to 12 years of incarceration. And then I was eventually sent to Rikers Island and then upstate New York. And I remember at that time, my wife was just thinking, again, he's in jail. But she supported me. She used to come out and see me. During that time in Rikers Island, there was a lot going on with different gang members, the Crips, Latin Kings, the Bloods, and there was a lot of violence happening in the island of Rikers Island, where there are 10 jails.
How did you get there? How people do it? I saw them coming. I saw them just.
Right after leaving Rikers Island, my attorneys told me, look, we can get you into a program for those that are addicted to drugs. And so I lied and said I was addicted to drugs, just to get into this military style program called SHOCK. And eventually I can get released within 6 months. It was a 6-month program. And when I arrived there, I had ex-Marines on my face screaming at me, give me parade rest, give me 1,000 push-ups. It was rigorous, it was hard, and at that moment, I wanted to negotiate with God.
Okay, Dad, I don't know how to do this. We're both businessmen, right? Let's make a deal. You can get me through this misery. I'll stop drinking. For 3 months. Okay, 6 months. I could do it. I'll stop drinking for 6 months when I get out. Promise.
we were really happy because I thought for sure this was gonna change him. Like I really thought, I had hopes that this was gonna be like a brand new life that we were gonna have. And so when he came home, I was very supportive. I was there for him, you know. I did everything that I could to try to keep him from going back into that world.
So I made it through boot camp. Was officially out of jail and going back into society, trying to work things out. And I had to report to my parole as well. And I remember my wife was still skeptical because she knew of my behaviors from the past. And so things were going along pretty well until those 6-month promise that I made to God was finally over.
Yeah, man, 6 months can be longer than you think. Believe me.
You really think God was the reason that got you through?
Yeah. I mean, a promise is a promise. I'm gonna get a refill. You need a refill?
Sure.
Herman,
Carlos.
how are you here? I thought you were in prison.
Yeah, it was, but they had this boot camp program for drug addicts.
Drug addicts. I see.
Yeah.
Well, you back in business?
I haven't really thought about it.
You are in some need for sure. Could really use a guy like you.
Thanks, man. It's nice seeing you.
What took you so long?
I just ran into Carlos. He's the guy that connected us with the Colombian cartel. And he was asking me if I wanted to get back in the game.
What did you respond?
I don't know, man.
Like you don't miss those good times.
I mean, yeah, we were just talking about those, right? But no, prison sucks.
What if there was no risk to you? Hear me out. The way I see it, you got the name, I got the freedom. So, we'll plan, and I'll execute your name. No excuse.
No excuses.
No excuse.
As I was thinking about the decision I was about to make, my mind was racing, my heart was pounding, and I thought about the money, and I took it.
I'm at the warehouse. All you need to come in. Yeah, I got the shit right here. Yeah. Okay.
Me miran de los pies hasta las pupilas. En ese momento que yo entro en el club, qué pena que tú eres de los que miran. Y yo la rica perra que baila y da show. Yo salí con buenas intenciones, bailar, gozar, echando café pa' atrás. Son cosas que pasan en the club. Me cola pa' comprarme el trago. Dame el presidente, mírame te bien el rumbo. Me pediste el número porque quería verme. Yo bailé tanto deseo, pero te lo parece, te sube suerte. Yo salí caminando del club, de nota pero decente. Cosas que pasan en the club, como dice que pasan en the club. Yo andaba en plata, pero en control. Nota presente. Hoy no me en el rumbo. Me pediste el número porque quería verme. Yo le canto deseo. De puerta a la pared se puso de suerte. Yo salí caminando el crowd. El nota pero decente.
After I had my high hopes of that our lives were going to change, as soon as I began to see that he was staying out late, he wasn't coming home, he would spend 2 or 3 days out and I would not know where he was or what was going on, I knew immediately that he had gone back to doing the exact same thing. At that point, I felt really like hopeless. Like I didn't think that there was any hope for this marriage, and my hellish life just began all over again. That's how I felt.
Because the mind frame of that person, that character, is like, you don't care. All you see is money, power, millions of dollars. You can imagine, I have millions of dollars. And all I cared was that. I didn't care about my family at all. And I met this woman that caught my eye, and eventually I took her out and she became my mistress. And so we were having an affair for a long time.
No, maybe. Let's enjoy.
Don't break me.
Hey, we got a problem.
What's happening?
It's your brother.
What is it?
He wants to work with us.
Oh. Why do you do this to me? I thought I was gonna skip on bail or something. Ay. All right. Well, since you're up here, now I don't have to go downstairs. Can you grab some of those stacks and go meet with Johnny?
Sure thing, man.
Thank you. Can you believe this guy? Hey, don't take all my drink. Don't drop the money.
My wife was pregnant at the same time my mistress was pregnant. And then my wife eventually found out and she discovered she lived that. And so she went there and discovered that my mistress was pregnant with my child. And I was busted. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I have two women now, my wife and my mistress, pregnant at the same time. At that moment, I just wanted to hit the bar. So I went to the bar and I started drinking to try to avoid this whole situation that I knew that I had to confront. And so I got drunk that night and I stood in another apartment with another woman.
Here's the rest of it. Should be 100,000.
That's what you guys said. You also said that we'll get the rest of our money by the end of the week. If he doesn't run away with our drugs.
Nah, man. He's a good one.
You sure?
Yeah.
Alright. If you say so.
What happened?
I don't know.
Stuck.
Yeah. Probably just jam. Perfect.
Hold it. What happened? It's the serial. It's in sequence, trackable.
A good one, huh?
Bro, I had no idea. I'm sorry.
So at the time I was selling hundreds of kilograms of cocaine and living this party life and living this world as a drug lord. I didn't know that I was being surveilled by the police. So I had no clue, no idea that the cops were looking for me. And so I was just going to clubs. I would spend money, tens of thousands of dollars, living this lavish lifestyle, not caring about family, not caring about society, not caring about anybody. Just to gravitate to my own desires. And that's all I cared for, that's all I wanted. And so I had no clue that I was being surveilled by the police. My brother and I got arrested by the DEA, and they sent us off to a federal detention center.